Well, it's 8:44. I've been sitting here waiting for it to get here because 44, unlike what one person said, is actually a positive thing for me. It's grounding the master energy, as in any duplicate number is always master energy, on Earth, which is 4. That's why 444 and any number starting with 44, like 844, 744, whatever, is always significant to me. To me, it's grounding the energy on Earth, which leads me into the title and blurb for today's video. Why are humans here on this planet? Any answer to this question is, at best, speculation. Can anyone know for sure? I think not. Speculation, however, is not a bad thing. It makes us think. What if? What if we are here to ground the energy of heaven on Earth? What if we are here to raise the consciousness and vibration of the planet's occupants? What if both are true? What if neither is? Speculation leads to introspection, which is not something encouraged by the powers that would like to keep on being. Personally, I think that is impossible. Their time is up. Their nefarious plans have run their course. Yes, that's opinion. It's also wishful thinking. I do not wish to continue to live on a planet run by insane people or whatever entities have been calling the shots. I want life to have meaning, meaning that is good and uplifting. I want fulfillment for me and the entire population of the planet. See www.one-evil.org. Yes, I've been looking at that website, which is, of course, I forgot his name. Isn't that ridiculous? I know his name like the back of my hand, pretty much. He has a lot of studies in. I know it's an Irish name. Let me see, I've got it here on the web page. About. Let's see if I go here. It's taking its time. That one evil. I would think that if it was my website, my name would be there. But his name isn't. But anyway, you know who I'm talking about. Those of you that know, and those of you that don't. And that's the way it is. I laugh at myself because I've been exploring and looking at various things, asking myself questions, and I think it's good to question myself. I'll bet you it's good to question yourself, although most people aren't courageous enough to do that because it might challenge their belief systems of what they want things to be. I know sometimes my belief systems get challenged, not just sometimes, lots of times. Which is why I say that, what if neither is? What if none of it's true? What if none of it has any meaning? What if it all is just an accident and makes no sense at all? Now, I don't believe that that's true, but what if it is? Am I willing to accept the fact, if it was indeed a fact, that life has no meaning, no purpose? No, I don't think I would. I think I would opt for getting out of here as quickly as I possibly could if I believed that that was true. I don't believe that that's true, although sometimes I have my doubts. And I own my doubts. I own my humanity. I own the questions that plague the human mind and the human feelings and the human experience. I ask the questions. What if? I'm looking at the divine wisdom, in which it says, this is number 12 of the 40 divine wisdoms, God slain. And it reads, I'm going to read you the first few paragraphs. The earliest texts of humanity are clear and unequivocal regarding the artificial creation of humans by multi-gods via the use of advanced knowledge. Even the sanitized biblical versions of the Catholic Church and the Jewish rabbinic faith allude to the artificial creation of humans. However, there still exists a substantial difference between the most ancient accounts of creation and those of the Middle East and Genesis systems of belief. There is one issue relating to genetic workforce. That is the question of internal knowledge. 2,000 plus years ago, hominoids were nothing more than smart apes. To train such apes to perform and even to behave would take considerable time. Further, their ability to perform careful duties, remember instructions, would be limited, as evidenced by endless studies of chimpanzees in captivity. A god, an alien prisoner, was slain, and some DNA was mixed with primate DNA to create the first humans. The slaying of the rebellious god to mix DNA. Why are humans here on this planet? What feels best to me is that we are here for both reasons, not either or, but both and. As Peter Van Runt says, every one of our conversations ends up talking about both and. We are here to ground heaven on earth. I believe that that's the truth. We're here to bring the spiritual into the physical, into manifest reality, if you will. Now, I know people will say the physical is not real, it's just holographic. We live in a holographic universe. It's all a hologram. That molecules and atoms are mostly empty space. In other words, there's nothing there. Yet, it is real experience that we gain from living in this holographic universe where nothing physical is real in an absolute sense, and yet it is real in an experiential sense, or in the sense of actually living it and having it seem real. But we are also here, on the other hand, to elevate, and I don't believe every human is here for that purpose at this time, but some of us, like myself, and I believe many others, are here to raise the consciousness, the vibration, the energy of the planet, and especially of its occupants that have been entrapped in the slavery system that we find ourselves entrapped in. It's interesting that our spirituality is both programmed and free. It's both and again, see that? Yes, it's programmed. There are certain cliches and certain doctrines and dogmas that are just accepted as true, even if they may not be. But we've been brainwashed or programmed to believe they are true. And therefore, for us, they are, at least at this stage of our developmental understanding, our evolution in consciousness, if you will. They are here to show us something. to teach us something, to help us to remember something, to bring something home to us and to bring us home to whatever it is, whether it's God, whatever the purpose, whatever the meaning might be. We are here to learn that, to question what if. What if there isn't meaning? What if there is meaning? And to look at the options of what we want to believe, of what we want to experience. Because the irony is, most of us, in fact, experience what we think we're going to experience. If we think that life is hard, we're going to experience the hardships of life. If we think that life has meaning, we're going to find meaning. If we think that life is irrelevant and has no meaning and just is accidental, we're probably going to have all sorts of evidence produced in our experience to substantiate our viewpoint, whatever our viewpoint might be. It's funny the way that works, isn't it? That no matter what we believe, no matter what it is, we can find validation for it. We can find a reason to think we're right. But as I was told a long time ago, it's not about being right or wrong, good or evil. It's about just simply life, light, love, and laughter. But we don't even know what they are, do we? We have to define them for ourselves and find answers that satisfy our soul. And yes, our ego. Because it's part of the process too. Everything is part of the process. You see, it's both and. It's not either or. It's not getting rid of something. It's about including everything and saying, well, I created this. It must be important. What's the importance? What's the lesson in this? What's it trying to teach me? What am I supposed to know and understand from this that I have created? What is it? What is it? I get on every day and I explore. Some days I think I have answers. Other days I know the hell I don't. But I'm just like everybody else, wondering, curious, exploring. What if? What if? Why are we here on this planet? Why am I here? What's my job? What's my mission? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be thinking and saying, and how am I supposed to be living? People that think they know the answers, I think, are the people that are not being honest with themselves. I think they're the people that are the most programmed by the matrix, by the system, because they're convinced that they're right. Sometimes I've been convinced that I'm right. And then I open my eyes and I start to feel and I realize, hey, I'm no more right than anybody else. Am I willing to be honest and admit that? Or am I going to keep playing the game of pretending that I have the answers that you need? Well, the truth is I don't. You have the answers that you need. I have the answers that I need. But they may not be the same answer, because we don't live in a world that everybody is the same. We live in a world of variety. We live in a world where each one of us is at a different stage of our development and our awareness and our understanding. We're all different. We're all at different phases of that development that we've come here to experience. The development of raising our vibration, the development of grounding the spiritual reality into a physical form, and to honoring our bodies, and to honoring our lives, and not escaping, and not denying, and not projecting, but just simply owning, this is where I am. What am I going to do with this? How am I going to respond to this feeling, to this awareness, to this truth that faces me, even if it's a truth that I would rather not face? What am I going to do with it? How am I going to handle it? What's the answer? What am I going to do? Who am I? What am I? Why am I here? I can't answer that question for you because you're in a different place than I am. And I have to accept that my answers aren't your answers, and neither are your answers mine. You have to accept that, or not. If you don't accept it, you're going to go through, like I've gone through, a whole lot of learning experiences that teach you the opposite, that you can't control other people. I can't control other people. That each of us is unique, and yet each of us is the same. We're all searching for love. We're all searching for meaning. We're all searching to get beyond the programming that tells us it doesn't matter, that tells us it's all an accident. We're all searching for purpose, for fulfillment. We're all searching to achieve whatever it is our destiny is, to achieve that destiny, to realize it, to make it real in physical form, to make the spiritual physical. Is that not why perhaps God has created the whole thing? To experience it all and to make the illusion real. Think about it, feel it, explore. Be willing to ask yourself the important question, what if? What if? What if it's both this and that? And it's not either or, as we've been so programmed to believe. Thank you for listening to my ponderings. And may you yourself be willing to ponder what if. Namaste.